Right, hopefully everyone should be able to hear me now. We've had some setting issues. PlayStation 5 likes to put random settings that are unnecessary in different places for the streams, which is frustrating as hell. So apologies, you're probably not being able to hear. But Dan Morris has just set a one-time flat. So he's P8. Aaron Trucker is now out on the mediums. He's best on the softs, now he's on the mediums, I believe, which is an interesting strategy. I've seen a couple of people do that before. But with the track evolution, usually it's you better starting on the mediums than wanting to at the softs. Like, don't even laugh. It's not funny. Like, all these settings, it's stupid, right? You know, at times I just do the same settings every week. Don't change any settings, and then occasionally some setting just randomly like messes up, and it'll change it back to no or something. I don't allow you. Like, come on, just keep it as the same as I bloody done last week. Stupid. Rant over. It's fine. No issues. Def Chip has just set a 1-9 flat. She's quite a way ahead. Nexus Cats now. Bit of a story around Nexus Cats. So last week he got second, I believe, if I remember correctly. Now he is on, I think he's on a new wheel. So whether that's the reason he's finally found some very good pace last week. I think it was his first race on it. So whether that's something to note, I'm not sure. Is that the reason he's gained a bit recently? It might well be. Well, we shall see. We definitely shall see. Well, what's happening now? Is Dan Moore still out on those mediums? He is. No, he's just coming in now, thankfully. So he's going to be on the softs very shortly, you would imagine. Matman's 9.5, sorry. Alex Pixie 9.3. Next Cat's still on his 9.4. Couple people. So like Goyce. Oh, he's just set a lap time there. Just as I said that, Goyce set a 10.76 minutes in the back. Bread didn't have much of a race last week. I think he was tired, if I remember correctly. Bossman's also not set a lap time, but he's just coming out. Evening Zom. Rom, what's he doing? Is he on another lap on his... Oh, he's on the softs now. So, everyone should start going off this on the softs that have not set a lap time on the softs, I would imagine. Can't imagine anyone qualifying on the mediums, but you never know. Anyway, Rom around this long right-hander, and then it's flat out around here. Fully committed. Car gets out the way on the left. It's a Mercedes. A little guy on that one. What was that? The DRS. We get to see his second sector. How much is he up? He's 4.5 tenths up. Takes the chicane nicely, using a lot of curb on the inside. Accelerates out. Tricky corner, this penultimate corner. I'm going to get it right. Don't go too wide, you can invalidate if you go off the tracks ever so slightly. flat out, runs out of yards just before the line. It's number 9-5, so he slots himself up into P6 at the moment. Katamies is invalidated. Lee Call is on a lap, a little bit wide, and he's going to go wind round, flat out corners. Oh, don't go there, he's off the track. Yeah, he's down on his time, understandably, after going off track. Maxi Syme, he's on a lap, 10.6 at the moment is his personal best. Next is Katz, jumps up to P2, 9.1. So that pace we saw last week from Next is Katz, clearly his wheels had some sort of effect. And he seems to have got quite a bit quicker as Next is Katz. So good on him. So could we have someone else to add to the fight near the front? Fully expect Dan Morris to be much better this week. He was very quick last week. He just had an off week. It happens to all of us, the best of us. So yeah, hopefully we don't see many spins from Dan tonight. He had a bit of a calamity last week. Got worse progressively. Bread is retired in the pits, I think. Maxi Syme 10.3, so he has improved. So he's moved up a couple of places there, but not good enough to move himself right up to the top end. Dan Morris is on a lap on the softs through the second sector, and he is purple. And he's a decent last sector, and this will be provisional pole as Goy has retired. So he's going to be qualifying right down the back, and we're starting right down there. Dan Morris, this should be just about provisional pole, and it is, as he pops himself up into the 8s, and then gets immediately dispossessed again by who Dan Morris just dispossessed, Def Chip. So swapping places, the front two. Def Chip takes pole back for the moment, at least. Bossman, is he? No, he's not. Casey Bernard, he's just coming round now. Though I believe he might be heading in the pits to have a look at his line. Yeah. He's clearly had a dodgy lap. Aaron Trucker, is he on a lap? He is indeed. One of his last laps, probably. Coming towards the end of the session. A couple on the 8s, the rest are in the 9s, bar a couple down the back end, they're still in the 10s. But still time for another lap. Getting a little bit duller now. It started off very sunny in this session, it's no longer very sunny, sadly. A lot cloudier now. We'll see how the race goes now. Are we going to get dry, or are we going to get some more rain? As he comes to second sector, and he is marginally up, but it's a tiny amount. And it's not going to do anything to his position. A lot of them coming into the pits now. No, Aaron's gonna set this lap. And he has actually gained a little bit in the last sector, which has moved him up to 7, so he's done a good job. He's moved up 2 places there. It didn't look likely, coming into the last sector, that was going to be possible, to be honest. Max on his last lap. Well, it could do another lap time, but it's most likely going to be his last lap on these new tyres. We'll see how he gets on as he comes now towards this first sector, and he's just over half a tenth up. Doesn't need much. Actually, he does need a few tenths more to try and knock the Def Chip off his perch at the top. Timing sheets. Max is lost 2 tenths actually in the second sector, so this isn't going to be an improvement, sadly. Katamies is on a lap. Yeah, no, he was on a lap, but it's, yeah, he's made a mistake near the start of the lap, so sadly, yeah, he's not managed to improve there at all. Lee, what's happening with Lee? He's coming around now, the first sector, and he is up on his time. though by not by much. But he's just invalidated, so that's his collie over as well. Sadly, he can go for another lap if he wanted to, but the best of the tyres will be gone, I'm afraid, for Lee. Dan Morris, he's just going to start a lap soon. Can he move up? Can he find that 13 thousandths of a second to match Def Chip? Not much at all he needs to get a pole position. Another one. It's bad to as many so far in the 2 seasons he's been in. Dev 2, Katamis, as we saw, didn't get that lap in, so he sadly is going to be at the very best 10th, but most likely going to drop down outside of the top 10. He had a dodgy quali last week as well, actually. Not the best few weeks for Katamis. Dan Moore is still coming around to the first end of the first sector, flat out all the way down here, and will he have improved? He's got a car not far in front of him, to be honest, and he's down on his time at the moment, and he's coming up to a bit of traffic here, and they're all going to try and get out of his way, but that's definitely going to put him off a bit. It's not the best to have 2 cars very close to your car when you're on a flying lap. It's kind of off-putting, to say the least, but he has actually gained a little bit of that time back. He's still a little bit down, but he has gained a bit in that second sector. It was a dodgy first sector, better second sector. He needs a similar improvement on this last sector. He very nearly invalidated. We're going off four wheels off the track there. This could be tight, and it's going to be tight, but he's lost a little bit in the last sector. Mixes Cats and Max haven't improved. Ron pops himself up into P5. Kieran stays P6. Alex Pixie is currently P7. Aaron Trucker, Maxi Simon finished ill. That's Brutus a bit disappointing in P12. And Casey Bernard, I think, is one of the ones to go near the end. I think Def Chip's still going as well. Alex Pixie is down on his time as well, so it doesn't look like it's going to be an improvement for him. Casey Bernard, I think, is actually just maybe ahead of this. Alex Pixie possibly here. No, he's not. There's a car behind. He's the car behind actually here. Alex Pixie is not. Casey Bernard, I don't think he's setting a lap time either here. No, he's not. So that is the end of quality. And Def Chip takes pole position for round 7. Dan Morris though on the front row. Nexus Cats continues his form from last week and is P3. Max Def is P4. The Belgian team is Belgian counterpart, is in P5 directly behind him. Kieran's P6 and got Alex Pixie, Aaron Trucker and Maxi Simon. Man rounds out the top 10. Katami's first driver with a free choice of tyres in P11. Not a bad place to start. Brutus, Casey Bernard, Bossman and then Lee. And sadly Goy tried quite early in the qualifying session and Brett didn't set a lap time in P17. So, are we going to get some more rain? Div 2, tends to be very wet. I actually just noticed that the top 14 were separated by under a second here. So very, very tightly matched here. It is a track that's very, very short. As I said before, 108s, 109s is your lap timer a bit here. Quite similar in terms of, like, Brazil's quite a similar time as well. As well as Monaco. Well, I think the quickest is Austria. Usually 102s, 103s. Well, it's a dull, not wet, dull. So definitely the possibility of some rain. Can't really remember what the times were yesterday night to see the comparison, because if it's a little bit further off than you would expect, then you would be maybe expecting a bit of rain. I they'd changed the setup slightly to suit wet weather, but not sure. I can't remember what the times were last night. Mapman, good evening. And here we go. So, I think one stop tends to be a preferable strategy here. But we shall see if anyone decides on a 2-stop. We've got the obviously front 10 all on the softs. Now of the 7 behind, only one is on the softs. That's Lee, who usually does that. And you've got the 6 others outside the top 10 on the mediums. Right, Def Chip leads us for the formation lap. Well, actually, Dan Morris is in front of Def Chip at the moment. On the formation lap, but yeah. Def Chip will be starting on pole. And you got Dan Morris, next is Katz in P3. Very good qualifying from him. Continuing his form from last week. Max in P4. Usually does quite well in quali. His best is usually P4, but I think he has got a P3 now to his name. Rom starts P5, and Kieran P6, Alex Pixie, Trucker, and Maxi Sign P9. Matman starting in P10, Catamies, first man on the fresh tyres, and he's went for the medium. So you've got Brutus, Casey Bernard, Bossman, got back to Lee. Well, Casey Bernard's actually there as well. Casey Bernard's a little bit out of position. Then you got Lee, Goy, and Bread is Daddy at the back, who didn't make a lap time for quali. Well, Stan Morris, bit of work to do. Off the line, Dave Chip to deal with here. He's got to get past him. Hopefully he has a better race than last week, Dan Morris, but it's nice to see someone else win the race, must be said. A little bit more of an open race. Kieran was victorious, and it was next to Cats in P2, so some different winners and different podium setters, which was nice to see last week, but I'm sure Dan Morris will be back on form for round 7 at Zandvoort. I think the guys right at the back just lining up now as well, so we should be underway very, very shortly. Right, here we go. Got to tell your camera angle here. 5 red lights, and we're away for round 7. Decent start away, it looks like, from Def Chip, and he has got the jump on Dan Morris, so Def Chip leads from Dan Morris in P2. Max and Nexus Cats, though they both seem to be a bit ghosting at the moment. Nexus Cats has kept P3. It looked like Max was going to get P3, but they were both kind of ghosting inside each other, which made that a bit difficult to see where they both were on track. I'm assuming Kieran Trapp is in P5. Then you got Ron P6. What has happened to Alex Pixie down the back? It's a safety car straight away. Is it Alex Pixie or is it Catamies? What's happening? Oh, it is Catamies. The timing board made it look like it was Alex Pixie there, but as you can see, Catamies has literally no wing. So Catamies involved in an early race tussle by the look of it, and he's not even getting a bit of that wing left. So does usually start very well, Catamies, so whether that caught someone out, I'm not sure, but he's involved in yet another incident, sadly, for Catamies, and that's definitely going to be a wing change all the way down in P17. So let's have a little look who has moved up. So the front 4, as we said, as they were, Kieran's moved up ahead of Rob, Matman up 3, Bossman's up 6 from 14th. It's been an excellent start from the man in the Alfa Romeo. Maxi Syme maintains his position. Bit of a bad start for Aaron Trucker. And P10 is Nexus Cats in the pits. Why is he down to P7? Oh, he's not, it's just a timing board again. Bloody thing. Alex Pixie, mind you, has entered the pits, so he has lost some wing on lap 1. May have been involved in that tussle with Catamies, possibly. They were round about the same place on the grid. Southern Academy usually gets a good start, so it looks like it might have been some sort of collision between Alex Pixie and Academies. But yeah, Def Chip leads from Dan Morris. Next is Cats up in P3 still, so the front four. Wondering what all the commotion was about. Nothing's happened between the front four. Kieran, see how he gets on tonight after that win last week. Got Rom directly behind him though, as well. But definitely nice to see Def Chip up front. Someone giving a bit of a race to Dan Morris. Imagine there might be another safety car here, to be honest, in this race. One of those circuits, very, very tight, and there can be quite a lot of collisions around here due to the tight nature of this track. Sadly, we've not got to see real F1 cars around here since it's been revamped. Hopefully this year we shall get to see the cars around here, with this banking around the last corner, which is very interesting. Trying to make it a bit faster and wider, more overtaking in the new cars, which from cars are very difficult to overtake in nowadays. Hopefully that will change next season with the new regulations. But yeah, we've got another lap under the safety car. We should be heading into this next lap. What tyres now have the back tubing on? Okay, interestingly, that Academies has went on hards. That puts these back on the mediums again. But it looks like Academies is going to go long now. Extend those hards to the very end. Maybe put on soft near the end, depending obviously if there's a safety car. Possibly a virtual safety car. I'm sure there'll be at least a virtual safety car. Can't imagine we'll finish with 17 drivers, put it that way, around here. I'd be shocked. Utterly shocked. If we finish with 17, very easy to have some moments around here. That penultimate corner you can have a bit of a spin at as well on the exit and the curbs. A lot of penalties around here as well, I'm fully expecting to see. So that could be a determined factor in this race. Who can avoid the penalties? Dan Morris is usually very good at avoiding penalties, isn't he? Kieran's another one that usually avoids them. So, well, safety car, as you can see, in this lap, so Def Chip will begin to back up the pack. Safety car restarts can be a bit eventful in Div 2. There's usually a lot of people banging into each other and getting penalties, which is unfortunate. They do tend to be a little bit hectic in Div 2. Hopefully it's an alright one here. It's not went yet, Def Chip. Seems to be alright so far, no one's hit into each other. And Def Chip's away as well. So it's a decent restart as well from Def Chip. No one hit into each other, which is a first. So well done to them all. Next is Cats is right on the back of Dan Morris. It's a good restart from Def Chip though, he got a jump on Dan, so very nicely done from him. Next is Cats is right on the back of Dan Morris though. A man possessed in the moment. Next is Cats after that last week. Sadly losing that win so close to the end. But he's definitely given another good showing today in P3 at the moment. Still as you were, I think down the grid, I don't think there's been any overtakes. That man, there's a gap from him to Rom. Bossman's PA, he's the first on the mediums. Down the field all seems to be perfectly clean at the moment. No overtakes since the restart. Everyone seems to be getting on, getting in the groove. No one going for any moves. As I say, it's a track that's difficult to overtake, so you do really need DRS around here unless you've got quite a bit of overspeed. That'll go on down the field with Alex Pixie. Oh god! Speaking of Alex Pixie and Bread, what is going on there? There's been a collision between the two at the chicane. Neither of them have lost wing somehow. I've only seen both of them round at one point there. They both got away with it, but it looks like there was a bit of overtaking going on in the straight, and then it's in an incident at the braking zone. in towards that chicane. But luckily for them, they both managed somehow to get away with no wing damage, which is very good for the both of them. Oh, it has dropped him all the way down to the bottom, though Bread has come in. I don't think there was any wing damage on Bread's card, I don't know what it was. So will he just want some clean air or not, I'm not sure. Death Chip though, still closely followed by Dan Morris. All of the front 6 are very close together. Matman's just within DRS range, it's not activated yet, but he is just there. Hovering just outside it now. He's got Bossman behind him, who's on the medium, so Bossman's in a very good place at the moment on those mediums. Very solid place. Katamis is up to P14. So track Katamis' progress on that slower hard tyre. That tyre will, the race will come towards Katamis, towards the pit stop window for the other guys. We'll start to struggle and he'll be alright on those tyres for a long way yet, can't speak. So DRS is enabled and the front 6 are off in DRS range. Oh, Bossman's, just as I was saying, Bossman's in a good position. He span it out of turn 1. It's a tricky corner and he's rejoined in P14. It's in such a good position. He's not lost any wing, luckily. It's an easy corner to mess up the traction on the exit. Once again, another person lucky that not lost any wing. He's not went into the wall. This battle for the lead looks interesting. All very close together. All looking very closely matched on pace, at least initially. So this could be a very, very interesting race here. If it sticks like this. Max has dropped off ever so slightly on this lap, so Kieran might feel like he wants to get back and move on. Max has had a very dodgy lap actually. And he's actually outside of DRS range, so Kieran might think this is a good point, as Max is all over the shot there on the exit as well, and it's going to be a very straightforward move, and Kieran has got past Max, so Kieran moves up. Max had a dodgy lap, Kieran needed no invitation, and he's up into P4 now. He can catch back up to this front 3 are still pretty closely matched. Next is Katzenberg, dropped up ever so slightly off the back, but he's still well in touch. And he's closed that gap back up in the first few corners. Max Deft now, can he get back into the rhythm? He had that dodgy lap and he's got his fellow countryman directly behind him. That man's P7, he's now got a bit of a comfort gap as he had Max's Sime, not Max's Sime, Alex Pixie, sorry, who, Bossman, sorry, third time lucky, who had that spin. We're very close together. Oh, Aaron Trucker just. Oh God! It's the. What's that? Maxi Sime. Looks like an Aaron Trucker. Though I think that might have just been a spin from Maxi Sime, and Aaron Trucker might have sadly just had to slow down for that. I'm not sure what happened there. Don't know that there was any contact, but. Oh, they're going side by side out front now, when that chaos was happening behind. Dan Morris has got past Deft Chip. So, we have a race on our hands here. Dan Morris now takes the lead. Well, can Deft Chip stay with him? See how these get on. Yeah, there's a bit of a collision there. I think Alex Pixie, Maxi Sime and Aaron were involved. Not sure what entirely happened. We just went on board at the right time with Aaron, and he had to slow down. So whether he was involved in it, he just had to slow down. I'm not sure. Still well within DRS range, no Def Chip on Dan. So those next Cats behind. Kieran's not managed to close that gap yet. It's just outside the DRS range as Nexus Cats now got past Def Chip. Now why is Def Chip just let Nexus Cats go? That's interesting from Def Chip. He's decided to let Nexus Cats go. Not sure why he's done that. Well, that's allowed Kieran to get back in the DRS range. So that's helped him. Max is still within the DRS range of him. Rom's just within the DRS range of him. And there's a big old gap behind to Brutus, who's on the mediums. Because that is kind of where that area was, where there was those collisions before. So that gap's extending because there's been a few collisions. So that's why it's up to 6 seconds. And Casey Bernard is in P9. You've got Lee Carl having a solid start in P10. Quarter of the way through this race. No pit stops yet on strategy calls. Bossman's right on the back of Lee though. Oh, he's a little bit out of shape there. He's a little bit wrong. This looks like a very, very straightforward move here from Bossman. Out front. Now they're fighting again. Def Chip and Nexus Cat. So what? Unless I missed something right on board, because I was looking at the comments. I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. We're now fighting, so I'm confused. What that is allowing is Dan Morris to say goodbye. As Katamis has got past Bossman. Lee Cole still at the head of that little group. We've got Goy, then Alex Pixie behind that. So I don't know what happened with Def Chip on the previous lap. Interesting why they're now fighting. Def Chip has got that back. Now, it definitely has helped Kieran. Kieran's was still outside of DRS range before all that happened. Dan Morris usually does have the race pace advantage, and he's shown that once again. Keeps his tyres in very good nick, Dan, and he doesn't get penalties. Though, having said that, no one has picked up a penalty as of yet. So there I was saying that we could see a few penalties around here, but as of yet there's been not a single one. So, though usually they come towards the end of the race, in all honesty, people start picking up multiple warnings. Lee and Katamis fighting. They're going wheel to wheel. I think Katamis has just won out here. Katamis moving himself up. Alex Pixie has got past Goy now, up into P13. Goy having a good old battle. Very wide through that corner though. So Alex Pixie will be saying goodbye. Off he goes. Death Chip had a wobble at the penultimate corner. Thank you very much. I was too busy looking at comments that I had no idea what happened. That penultimate corner was one of the places I said we do see the most spins. People do get very out of shape around there. You can end up in the wall there. If you get that wrong, you go a bit wide, get on the gravel, and your race is done. Bossman is the first to pick up a penalty, just after I mentioned it. Next is Cats and Max are the first two that are going to head in to the pits for pit stop due to strategy and not because of wind damage or anything else. .3 seconds is the gap now behind Rom, though Brutus is running medium tyres. And that's just like caveat with that. Though you would definitely expect Brutus to be quicker now. That crossover point between the tyres, so that gap seems to be getting ever bigger. So started out looking like it was going to be one of those races there. Could have been one of 4 or 5 that could have won it, but it's now looking Dan Morris has this under wraps at the moment. Max come out P12. Next is Cats is P10 as Rom comes in. I fully expect Max to come back out ahead of him. Don't expect there to be any change. Lee comes in as well. Max has come out ahead. There's Rom there, so back out in front. Max's Cats is ahead of Alex Pixie, who Max has to get past, so that will help Max's Cats get away a bit. Brutus still going on those mediums, so is, I mean, the front three are still going on those soft tyres. Now, as we did say, Dan Morris is very good on his tyres. Well, the other two are managing as well quite nicely. Max has got past Alex Pixie now, so he can try and chase after Max's Cats. They're both on hard tyres, they both should be their one and only stop, barring any contact or safety cars or anything. Yeah, Dan Morris now heads in. Def Chip follows him. Kieran carries on. Now, whether he wants to do that or he didn't do that just in case he got held up in the pits and double stacking, though I do think he might have been just far enough away that he didn't. But maybe just out of an abundance of caution from Kieran, he's going to go an extra lap. Well, that was a strategy choice, possibly. Katamise has come out ahead of Def Chip. Now that's a big blow for Def Chip, because if there was one person you didn't want to come out behind, it's probably Katamise, because Katamise is not going to let you through easily, and Max's Cats is just behind as well. It's Katamise's teammate, so that is probably, I think, one of the deciding moments of this race. There's a yellow flag there, temporarily, which very, very quickly went away. So I don't know what that was for. Well, someone's had a bit of a moment at turn 1 or something. Now, Def Chip, what can he do? Now, we know Katamise is going to fight this. Kieran comes in now. Now, Def Chip has been held up a little bit by Katamise here. How much, I'm not entirely sure. Can Kieran jump? Well, Katamise is going to defend as you would expect, and he's going to hold it round the outside. Kieran's come out behind. Just in the background, they're going to go wheel to wheel! Katamise is round! Oh, he's not round, he is half round, but he's caught it and he's now in P6. But he's now got Kieran directly behind him, who's now going to go past him, but oh no, he's not. It looked like he was going to go past him. He's going to have so much advantage though on those fresh tyres, Kieran. Goykarp's gone at the pit lane. I think he's given up actually. Thought that might be a penalty corner, but it's not. Kieran's right on the back though of Katamise. This is important. Kieran needs to get this done ASAP, and he might even make this into the chicane. The only overtake we've seen so far on the chicane. What happened between Def Chip and Katamise there? I think it might have just been Katamise maybe trying to hold on a bit too long, to be honest. But I'm not too sure. It might have just been a racing incident, to be honest. It's tight round there, so the best comment would be going wheel to wheel. Dan Morris struggling to get past Casey Bernard, interestingly, who's on very, very low medium tyres. He's been on them since the very, very start of this race. So you would expect this to be a very straightforward move, but it's not proving to be yet. And Def Chip is hovering in the background and is closing in very quickly. He's now within DRS range of Dan Morris. So this is holding Dan Morris up now, and he can't get past Casey Bernard. As you can look, he's right on the back of him. And then directly in front of him, there's Brutus as well, who's got to deal with. Well, Brutus might be in soon. Dan Morris is deciding enough is enough, and he's decided to go down the inside of Casey Bernard, and then he's going to get the DRS. So this is important for the race for Dan Morris. Though I expect, as Dan Morris has went wide actually. Oh, and Casey Bernard's get out of shape, and that's allowed Def Chip through, next to Cats through, and Kieran near enough has got through as well. Def Chip's right on the back though of Dan Morris now as well. So this closed that race right up. And Casey Bernard dives into the pits. I think his tyres have went there. You've seen him have that moment. So his tyres have gone. Dan Morris has now got the three protagonists behind once again. his teammate Def Chip and Nexus Cats. As Kieran looks like he's getting very racy behind Nexus Cats. He's wanting past. Had a good battle last week. Kieran came out on top. Kieran's made a bit of a mess of that though. He got very wide through there, and as you can see, he's dropped way off the back of Nexus Cats now. Dan Morris now just inside DRS range now of Brutus, who has stayed on even, and not come in, as we've seen KC do on the previous lap. So this might be Brutus's in lap anyway. Alex Pixie is round just before the chicane. Oh, Dan Morris! What's happened to Dan Morris? Oh, he's gone! Dan Morris has had a moment as he lost wing. He's had a moment at the penultimate corner. It said yellow flag, as Kieran's actually going down the inside as well. It said yellow flag sector 2 and sector 3. Now one of them was for Alex Pixie in sector 2, was at the chicane. The sector 3 one was because Dan Morris had a moment at the penultimate corner and is down to P5. So he's had yet another moment, Dan Morris. He had a couple of moments last week and he's now got Max who's going to go down the inside. Dan Morris needs to come into the pits now, so he's not going to be able to manage that. There's too many fast corners around here. And he's lost a full end plate and he's really struggling down in P6 now, so that's put this race wide open again. Def Chip now needs to try and get past Brutus, but he's got Nexus Cats and Kieran. So once again, Dan Morris having a bit of difficulty, and this race is wide open again. Now, Brutus will only come in this lap. He's went half this race now on those medium tyres. When's he coming in? Not this lap. He's staying out. Though I think this is going to be an easy move. And it is. And it's going to be a move in the background as well. Kieran gets past. Well, Def Chip gets past Brutus. So a bit of swapping around. There's Dan Morris into the pits. Such a shame. So went wrong for Dan. Dan Morris. Oh, went wrong. Rom and Casimese. Went to wheel there for a second, and Rom gets past Casimese on those tyres. He pitted very early on with, after the wing damage in lap 1. Brutus still holding out, and that's helping Def Chip get away. Kieran needs past. He got past already around that corner, but he's not close enough this time. No, Brutus must be in surely. Now he's going to go an extra couple of laps again. Here he comes. Is Brutus heading in? No, he's not. And he's actually getting a little bit of DRS there as well off Def Chip. So that's meaning Kieran doesn't have that extra bit of pace that he's able to get past. She's going out Def Chip. Can Def Chip pull away more on this lap? Could be deciding in this race. Alex Pixie now pits. He's been on those 17 laps. He had that incident pretty early on. It was lap 2 or something. So that's moving up to P10 again. Decent race so far from the lead. Bossman and Lee still a little bit behind. Bread picked up a penalty. Brutus is going to be struggling now, alright. Kieran has got the DRS, and that gap is up to 1.5 seconds. It's 1.5 seconds now. Def Chip's away and gone. Kieran and Nexus Cats has been held up quite a bit here now from Brutus. Now we keep thinking Brutus is going to be heading in. Now everyone else is starting to head in, and Brutus just isn't heading in. Def Chip sets a new fastest lap of the race. Kieran this time very easily gets past. Dan Morris. Oh, he's run again. Oh my god, his head's gone again. It went last week, and he made so many mistakes. He's done it again. What is going on with Dan Morris? What is happening? He's all the way down the back. He was in the lead not long ago. Gone from bad to worse now. But Kieran has got past now, so he can now show his pace and try and close up. Who's that? Oh, Bread, I think, is bad. Oh, it is Bread. It's Bread out of turn 1. And he's round. So it was a pink car, he's lost wing as well, so he's to hit that at the wall as well, sadly for him. Next is Cat still. Let's watch, he's still there. This is massively hampering him. He's going to be closing now, but it's a little bit late from Nexus Cats. He's just a little bit too far back there. He's a little bit audacious there. Oh, there's contact! There's contact from Lee and Bossman. I think Bossman tried to hold it down the inside of Lee, and there just wasn't any room there to really do that. Iron Trucker now. I don't know what happened to Katami's making a mess there or something as well. Iron Trucker move up. Oh, it's Katami, I think, actually, that. I think Katami's just got past Casey Bernard, actually. So some arrows move. Wow, that was Lee. I mean, that incident with Bossman there. So Lee's still in P10. A little bit of contact. Bossman sent him down to P12. Kieran's closed in as Nexus Cats in the chicane. He's got past now. No. Bruce was still there, but he's now filtered back behind. Now, just to tell you how much Nexus Cats has lost, Max Def was 3 seconds behind. Max Def is there now. And Brutus is heading in now. Max Def getting a little bit slip off Brutus, but there we go. Now, Kieran very, very quickly caught up to the back here of Def Chip. And that's very impressive how quickly he has managed that. Dan Morris now picks up 3 second penalty. Doesn't pick up penalties more, but I think he's just getting a bit annoyed possibly, and that might be why Kieran, no, stalking the back of Def Chip. He's so very close. As soon as he got past, he just closed in so quickly, pushed that power button and just went for it, and he's closing very, very quickly. Kieran's a very quick driver. We've seen that quite a few times in performance a couple of years ago. Def Chip has been overtook now from Kieran. When Kieran gets it going, he's very, very quick. And I mean, with Dan having these moments now, as Def Chip's thinking about going back down the inside, but thinks against it. With Dan having these moments now of just seemingly, he seemed indestructible not long ago. Well, these last 2 weeks have shown that Dan Morris is in fact human, and he does make mistakes. And he's made a lot of mistakes recently, as we've just actually went past that on board here. It's Bread round turn 3. It's round that long left-hander, and he might have, it's on the inside. Oh, Lee's sped into the pit lane. Unfortunately, Lee, that's made a safety car come out, so that's going to condense everyone up. But yeah, we saw that. It looks like that Bread has just lost it on the exit and he's went onto the inside into the wall, and he's retired now. So we're down to 15. A lot of people down the back end just came around the pits there at the right time to come in straight away. No, with 12 laps remaining, well, it's going to be 10 laps really, 11, 10 laps after the safety car. How long do the soft will get? 11 laps, so you might be expecting some people to come in and put on softs. Now, Kieran Trapp, sorry, does come in. Def Chip does come in. Oh, interesting. Now, I think that's the wrong decision from Nexus Cats. But let's wait and see. But he stayed out. Now, I may have thought differently about this if other people decided to stay out, because then there's a bit of a backlog behind you. But if you're the only person that's going to stay out, then everyone behind you is on faster tyres. So there's nobody holding those faster guys up and getting the best out of their tyres when they're trying to fight each other. When they're trying to fight and get past other hard runners. But if there's only one person, you're going to be a bit of a sitting duck here, so I think this may have been a bit of a bad calculation from Nexus Cats. I mean, I'm not sure if anyone else in the chat thinks that as well. But, yeah. Not sure about that one. He's obviously went about trying something different, but everyone else behind him has went on the softs. Alex Pixie's on the mediums. Dan Morris has stayed out on his mediums. The front 9 all have no penalties as well. Yeah, I think that goes back to what I say though. I think if there's multiple people staying out, then it's fine. But if you're the only one staying out, I think it makes it 10 times harder. Because, well, like you said last night, there was quite a few of them that stayed out. So that, yeah, that helps. But there's only one of you. Yeah. Not sure. Might work out, but one of those things. Nexus Cats isn't used to being up this far. For a long time he was in Div 1 when there was only 2 divisions, and he was kind of down the back end, so he eventually went down to Div 2, and he's usually been upper midfield. Obviously with this new wheel he seems to have found a new burst of pace, so he's not used to being right up the front. It's well, you need to get in that mindset of how can I win this race, because he clearly has the pace at the moment to win the races now. He's right up there. So it's one of those things. He might live to regret not coming in. Never know. But we shall see. Very eventful though. There's been 2 safety cars now. No virtual safety cars, interestingly. 2 retirements. Not many penalties so far, but there's still 10 laps to go. And what should be a very fun battle at the end of the race. It's going to be Nexus Cats who's going to lead us away. The safety car's lights are off and it's heading in, so Nexus Cats will back up the pack. Dev Ship got a very good launch in the last safety car, and a very, very good job. He'd done one a few weeks ago, which was his first, and he was the first admit he didn't really know how to do it, to be honest. That one was much better, and he timed it to perfection actually. Done very, very well in the first safety car restart. Nexus Cats hasn't went yet. At the last corner, he's not went yet either. He's taken a while to go here. He's not went yet. He's went now though. There he goes. Death Chip's got a decent restart. He's right on the back of Kieran. Though they're all going to filter through it the same. Oh, a little bit of a nudge in the back by Max. Death Chip got a bit out of shape as well, and that's allowed Brutus up past as well. Brutus massively benefited from that safety car as well. So Brutus is up to P3, Death Chip's up to P4. Down to P4, sorry. Rom's P5, Max is P6, Katamise is up to P7. A quick start from Katamise. And he's right on the back of Max Def as well now. Katamise very racy in the early stages in the safety car restart. Aaron Strucker's had some sort of moment and has lost 2 places to Bossman and Max's side. Kieran's right on the back though of Nexus Cats. I don't think he's going to be able to hold him very long at all here. Look how close he is to the back of the Ferrari. That Ferrari's got a pretty impossible task, I think, of trying to keep these behind. Oh, Max's sign's gone. That's at the chicane again. It's been a big moment for mistakes so far. Nexus Cats, it's gonna not last very long here by the look of it. Kieran goes down the inside. Nexus Cats trying to hold it around the outside, but there's no way he's going to be able to hold it. He's just not got the pace on those hard tyres. He's been on them for so long. And sadly, he's down a P2. Now, whether can he hold the guys behind, I'm not sure. That's not going to help. As he's just went on the dirt to max his time. He's now got ahead of Bossman. Bossman's retired. Now, that's just at that kind of turn 3 bit again. So, we're down to 14 drivers. And Kieran's away and gone, I think, here. If he can get that over a second, I think he's the fastest driver at the moment on this grid around here. So it's just above a second now. So I think, barring any mistakes, Kieran might have this. Seems the quickest, and Brutus is within DRS range of Nexus Cats. And unfortunately for Nexus Cats, I think he's going to be a sitting duck here after a while. As we get fuller and fuller at this race, he's going to be needing more and more worn tyres. And the guys behind have comfortably got enough tyre life to get into the end. So we shall see. Death Chip's right on the back of Brutus. Now Brutus, I think Brutus isn't quite as quick as the guys around him in terms of pace. That could be a bit of a saving grace for Nexus Cats. Brutus has got up there for his strategy, and at a very good time the safety car come out to help him. Kieran's already away and gone now. He's 1.9 seconds now. He's just over 2 seconds now. So I think everyone can be waving goodbye to Kieran soon. Dan Morris, P10 at the moment. And he's got Casey Bernard in front of him. Aaron Trucker's right on the back of Lee. Aaron looks like he's going to be getting past here soon. Aaron's gone DRS. Is he going to pop it down the inside? Lee gives him the room. It's a bit of battling. Aaron Trucker had to back out of that. Lee had it covered. Hitman's down in P13, so he's lost a bit of time. Lee's now picked up a penalty. Now this could be a move made here from Aaron. DRS. Lee takes the inside line. They're going to go wheel to wheel. Lee breaks a bit later. He's trying to hold it round the outside. Lee does a very good job of defending through there. Nice little bit of S's. Next, quite long left-hander, and then fly it all the way around here. Can he close in? Maybe the next straight now. Dan Morris is right on the back of Casey Barald as well now. So Dan Morris making up some more places. Brutus still isn't getting past Nexus Cats, and that's what I said. I don't think Brutus has got the pace of the guys around him, so that could help Nexus Cats take that P2. Brutus doesn't have the pace everyone else has, so Dan Morris actually can see the guys he was fighting ahead of him. Though he is on mediums and a bit more worn tyres than everyone else is on. Aaron Trucker gets past. Dan Morris goes down the inside of Casey Bernard as well. We're going to go a bit wheel to wheel here, I think. A little bit of bumping. Dan Morris tries to squeeze his way through. Oh, we're ghosting at the second now. Oh, Casey Bernard's ghosting again through them. Oh, I think Rom's gone. Rom, oh my god, he's in the wall. What has happened there? Rom has lost an end plate and has ended up on the wall. So, was a contact or was it just a spin in the zone? From where it was, maybe just a spin in the zone. Death Chip though. Still going to try and get past Brutus. Now Catamese is up to P6 now. Alex Pitts is P7. Dan Morris is up to P8 now, so that safety car's helped Dan Morris close in. Nexus Cats has done an excellent job of holding them there. Brutus is doing him a favour here, as Brutus just isn't quite quick enough. And what's holding Death Chip up is the book at DRS, but he's going down the inside now, and he's got it done. Death Chip, that was very important for him. Now he's got P2 in his sights. Death Chip, Brutus falling down the order now a bit. He's down to P4, and he's got Max right on. Then he'll have Catamese soon as well. Brutus went on those tyres a little bit before the safety car, a couple of laps. So he might be a bit more tyre wear possibly than the guys around him. Not much, but it's significant enough on those tyres. Alex Pixie is just within DRS range of this crew, and so is Dan Morris. Though Dan Morris has picked up a penalty, which won't help come the end of the race. Next is Katz though. He had Brutus behind him, who didn't really ever make a move or try and attempt it. So I think Def Chip though might try and make a move here. He might be a little bit too far back this time, but I think by the next lap he'll be close enough. Though he is closing pretty quickly as Def Chip, but he is just a little bit too far behind for a move. Max still right behind Brutus, and he's dropped down to P12 now on the medium tyres. Norms are way down in P14, right down the back. Look how close Def Chip is now though. The battle for P2. Kieran's 4 seconds now, so I don't think the win's an option for Def Chip here, really, barring any error from Kieran. P2 is the best he can hope for. Well, Nexus Katz is doing a fantastic job of keeping him behind so far. It's one of those tracks that is tight. Like, I don't think he'd have a chance in hell of doing this at Monza or something like that. One of these tracks, it's just difficult to overtake. Do you think Def Chip will get him in the end though? Actually, Simon Lee are having a battle here. Lee's one out now and kept that place. Next is Katz. I think he's going to hold on again here. Def Chip is not close enough. In the background as well. They're closing up behind Brutus. Brutus still just had DRS range there, but I think in the next time around he will not have DRS, I think it might be a lot easier for Max and Katames. Next is Katz though, doing an incredible job. He's still there in P2. Brutus still just in DRS range. He's outside it, he's hovering in and out. Really important. If he doesn't have that, I don't think he's got a chance, really. But Def Chip's had a dodgy lap, I think, here, and he's using up those tyres. He's not had the best of laps, which has allowed Brutus to keep DRS, and it's allowed Nexus Katz to get that a little bit more of a gap. I think Nexus Katz might be safe again this lap. I don't think he's close enough behind. Def Chip might just be pushing a little bit too hard at the moment. It's one thing pushing, but if you go over that limit and start pushing a little bit too hard, then that's when you start making mistakes, you start sliding around, and that gap won't close sufficiently because you need to be right behind someone here to make an overtake. He's had a good turn one though. He's only 4 tenths away. Max Def goes back up to the back of Brutus as well. Def Chip, this is the closest he's been all race, so all battle so far, under 3 tenths. He's right there, he's a little bit wide there, so Nexus Katz sends it slightly, but he's right there. He's got a DRS range coming up, which will keep him very close, get him a little bit closer in time for the start-finish straight. It's 4 tenths, the gap between the two of them. Nexus Katz got a very good exit once again. He's doing a great job here, and he's holding him off. It's half a second. It's 6 tenths now. It's just, it needs to be closer for Def Chip to make a move. This is his chance. Is he close enough? Oh, he's gone. He nearly went there. Katames gets past Max Def. Can he get after Brutus? Def Chip is closing. I think he might have made that move had it not been for that moment there. He's going to have to find a way back through somehow. Max Def is spun and turn one. He's now got Matman who's just overtook him. Drama on the last lap. Dan Morris is right on the back of Alex Pixie as well. Def Chip is still on the hunt for that P2. He's close again. He's within 2 tenths. He's so close to the back of him. Can he find a way through? We've got Dan Morris as well. He's trying to make a way past. Though he has got a penalty. No one has got a penalty in the top 6. So he's going to suffer, I think, near the end. He's going to drop behind Casey Bernard and Aaron. Def Chip isn't close enough again here. Forward move. Kieran is going to come round the final few corners and is going to take another victory, back-to-back victories. Kieran takes the checkered flag and wins in the Netherlands. Nexus Katz is going to take a very, very well-deserved P2. He done an excellent job there of holding off Def Chip, who gets P3. Brutus gets P4. Oh, but strategy helped him take that P4. Catamies takes P5. Alex Pixie, a good P6. Casey Bernard P7. Aaron P8. Dan Morris recovered to P9. Max Def P10 after his incident on the last lap. Matt Mann takes P11. Maxi Sign takes P12. Lee takes P13. And sadly, poor Rom had a moment not long after the second safety car. It's going to be the last finisher in P14. He's coming around the penultimate corner and in the final corner for the last time. And the last finisher will be Rom Elson, who takes P14. So there we go, back-to-back victories for Kieran. Very, very enjoyable race, that one. But there we go, that rounds out this evening's action. We've got the GT coming on over the next 2 days, and that's the Le Mans week. And then you've got ACC back Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday next week. We are off to Abu Dhabi in the United Arab Emirates for round 8. So there we go. Join us again for that next week for Div 1 and Div 2 from Abu Dhabi. Can Kieran have a hat-trick of victories? We shall see. But thank you very much for joining me yet again, and have a nice night.